I decided to do this today, first of all because Tyler, I went to school with him and he was a really good friend, and just to do something positive because there's so many young kids out there that don't want to say anything about it. Drugs found their way into my life in kind of a weird way. I mean, I didn't realize it until I got sober, but it really all started with just drinking and just snowballed from there. I, drank when I was in high school a little bit, and then, I would go to parties with older kids, and, there would be drugs there, and I would try them, and, it was for a while, it was just a party scene, and, just on the weekends, and all of a sudden it's 3 years later and I'm completely, in the mix and I can't get out of it. So it was just to fix something and it ended up just ruining everything. When I realized that it was really bad, it was just, I've always had a really good relationship with my family, and I've always been the go-to friend, when there were issues. And when I started not getting invited to family functions, and friends didn't want to answer my phone calls, and, didn't want to hang out with me, and, rumors started, it took me a long time to realize that I was actually addicted and, that I couldn't stop on my own because I tried. But I think once I started noticing that a lot of my friends were dying, I started realizing those were the people I was hanging out with and I wasn't any different than them. Before I started using, I cared about people. I was always a helper. Even if I was in pain, I wanted to help other people. I wanted my friends and my family, to be okay. And then, I never considered myself a liar either. And then once I started using, it was, I would help you if it was gonna benefit me. And, I lied and I cheated and I stole just to benefit myself. And I wasn't like that. There was definitely people in my life that tried to speak up or, hinted that she's not in a good place, or, don't be so blind to the fact that, your daughter's not, she's not goody two-shoes anymore, she's out there.
When Kristin was using, she was just a totally different person. She didn't want to talk to you. She'd want to hole up in a room. When she would be coming down and we knew it, all she'd want to do is just cuddle up underneath a blanket. She ate weird foods. You found stuff in her room all the time, not drug-related. You'd find her falling asleep with food in her hand. She was a totally different girl.
I started using when I was 13 years old, so I was really young, but I hid it for a really long time, and some people knew, and nobody ever said anything, so I definitely think that it's really important, to just speak up and just say something. And when you're in the mix, when you're in the drug world, you are taught not to say anything, not to speak up about that.
I was out with my friends on a weeknight. We were sitting there talking, and something was different about them, and they just looked at me and they said, "We need to tell you something." But I don't want to tell you. And I said, "You have to tell me. You've already told me now, just spill the beans." And they told me that Kristin was probably in trouble. There was somebody staying at her apartment who was a dealer. I said, "Okay." I said, "Come to my house with me. Let's get my husband and let's go over and get her. Let's help out." And we would never have known if somebody hadn't spoke out and told us. I wanted to let other people know I had my eyes closed and I should have had them open. Even the hints that were telltale signs I didn't catch. And other parents hopefully can catch that and stop this from snowballing.